So, you know that moment when you're sitting in this massive, just totally chaotic transit hub, like maybe an airport terminal during the
Oh
holidays?
yeah, it's just this incredible wall of noise.
Right. But then, out of nowhere, you hear this perfectly clear announcement cutting through the din.
Calling your specific zone for boarding.
Exactly. It feels almost, I don't know, magical, like someone just parted the auditory seas exclusively for your gate.
Yeah, but behind that sudden clarity, it's not magic at all. It's actually this incredibly sophisticated invisible audiovisual nervous system.
And well, that is exactly the mission of today's deep dive. We're going to unpack the tech that actually pulls this off. We're looking at some material from HDTVSupply and specifically digging into this deceptively simple device,
The QSC Zip4-3G 4-zone paging station.
which is a mouthful, but think of it as an invisible audio traffic cop, because how do these massive public spaces manage to run without descending into total chaos?
Well, what's fascinating here is that if you look at this QSC paging station on the surface, you might think, oh, it's just a standard microphone attached to a wall plate.
Right, it just fits into a standard three-gang US wall space.
Exactly. But it's actually a highly intelligent edge device on a whole network.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit. The specs highlight that it has these 4 white backlit buttons with, red and green LEDs.
Yeah.
But why do we care about the buttons? I mean, a button is just a button.
Because those buttons represent system logic that actually overrides human error. The lights indicate ready, busy, and zone status.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's driven by a central paging management system. So if a gate agent, say, 2 terminals down, is already broadcasting to a shared concourse, your light turns red.
So the system physically prevents you from talking over them.
Yep. You never get 2 people shouting over each other, creating that awful terminal echo.
Ah, so it's actively orchestrating the traffic. But what about the audio itself? The documentation mentions it uses gooseneck mics and supports phantom-powered microphones.
Right, it has a rear switch for that.
Yeah, and it has these specific plus 25 and plus $35 dB gain options. For anyone not running a recording studio, what does that actually do for you as the listener?
Think of the gain as an automatic volume leveler. It ensures that whether the gate agent is whispering timidly or practically shouting, the audio is leveled out.
Before it ever hits the broader system.
Exactly. And phantom power simply means the microphone doesn't need its own bulky power cord or batteries. The exact same data cable carrying the audio is simultaneously feeding the microphone electricity.
Wait, hold on. I'm looking at the spec sheet. It relies on 802.3 AF PoE, power over Ethernet.
Yep.
Are you saying a device routing audio for an entire stadium concourse gets all its power from a standard computer network cable? It doesn't plug into the wall?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, yes. And that is the secret to how modern venues scale up. This relies on Dante or AES67 network protocols.
Okay.
In the past, you'd have to run thousands of feet of heavy, expensive copper speaker wire through the walls.
Just to connect a microphone to a hub.
Yeah, and then out to the speakers.
Which sounds like an absolute nightmare to track down and fix if one single wire breaks.
Oh, a total nightmare. Instead, Dante takes the audio, chops it into tiny digital data packets.
Kind of like an email?
Exactly like an email. And it sends it perfectly timed across a standard local data network. It integrates directly with central AV systems like Q-SYS.
So the audio, the control signals, preventing those overlaps, and the power. It all travels down one standard Ethernet cable.
You got it. It completely eliminates miles of analog wires.
Okay, so we have this microphone routing audio perfectly over a data network. But say we're in a massive sports bar. Perfect audio means nothing if the visuals are completely out of sync.
Right.
And that explains the other piece of the puzzle from the HDTVSupply sources. They also deal in these Wolfpack fixed HDMI matrix switchers.
Exactly. Because it mirrors that exact same network logic. But on the video side, if you need to route 16 different games to 16 different TVs simultaneously,
You definitely are manually plugging and unplugging video cables.
no way.
Yeah.
You are using that identical IT infrastructure to route packets of high-definition video data seamlessly to the exact right screen.
With zero latency. It's all just total synchronized control. So what does this all mean for you? It fundamentally changes how you should look at the buildings you walk into.
Precisely. Because modern stadiums, airports, and sports bars aren't wired for sound in the traditional sense anymore. They were essentially just giant IT networks.
So next time you're sitting in a noisy transit hub and you hear your boarding call, or you watch a sports bar flawlessly switch the big game to the screen right in front of you,
Take a second to really think about it.
yeah, realize you aren't experiencing traditional AV equipment. Ask yourself, are you just hearing a voice? Or are you actually listening to a perfectly timed spreadsheet of network data being instantly calculated and routed directly to your ears and eyes?